Welcome to this explainer. Look, we've all been there. You've got that perfectly broken in, incredibly comfortable spot on the couch. And the idea of starting a fitness routine feels, well, it feels like climbing Mount Everest in flip flops. But today, we're taking you from that couch dent to moving your body with total confidence. If you've been putting off exercise because it's just too overwhelming, stick with me. By the end of our time together, you're going to see exactly how totally achievable this is. We're talking clear, safe, and super effective steps to build a healthy habit that literally lasts. So here's our game plan for today. We're breaking this whole journey down into 5 super manageable building blocks. The starting line, alleviating joint pain, flexibility and stretching, at-home strength training, and finally, the famous Couch to 5K plan. All right, let's jump right into section 1, the starting line, setting your fitness goal. Are you tired of sitting but honestly just unsure where to start? If you're feeling overwhelmed, let me tell you right now, you are completely normal. Seriously, you're not alone in this. The absolute hardest part of any new habit is just figuring out what step 1 even looks like. But here's the good news. You definitely don't need to be some elite top-tier athlete to see massive health benefits. We've got a clear, evidence-based blueprint for you, and it starts with a really specific, highly attainable target. Okay, the magic number is 150. That's the official adult guideline for weekly moderate activity. Now, 150 minutes might sound like a lot right off the bat, but let's break that down. It's literally just 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. And moderate activity, that just means you're getting a bit warmer, you're breathing a little harder, and your heart rate is up, but you can still easily carry on a conversation with a friend. Hitting this 30-minute daily sweet spot does wonders. It helps maintain a healthy weight and drastically slashes your risk of things like coronary heart disease and type 2 diabetes. It's a total game changer. Moving on to section 2, alleviating joint pain and breaking down those physical barriers. We need to talk about a massive misconception. So many people believe the myth that if your joints hurt, especially with something like arthritis, you should just stop moving entirely. Just rest it, right? Actually, no. The fact is, avoiding movement creates even more inflammation and stress. Why? Because being inactive weakens the exact muscles designed to support those joints. And when those muscles get weak, guess what happens? Your joints take the brunt of the impact, leading to way more stiffness and pain. So the secret isn't to stop moving, it's to move smarter. Instead of those high-impact, bone-jarring workouts, you can safely relieve pressure and build up your fitness using 5 fantastic low-impact exercises. Walking is a great starting point, reducing strain by aiding weight loss. Then you've got swimming or water aerobics. The water's buoyancy is amazing because it completely takes the pressure off your joints while giving you this gentle, natural resistance. Spinning or biking gives you stellar cardio without the pounding of a jog. Strength training stabilizes everything, and practices like yoga or tai chi will do absolute wonders for your body awareness and balance. Next up is section 3, flexibility and stretching, prepping the body. Look, stretching is what gives you the freedom of movement to actually do the things you love. But to do it safely, we've got a few golden rules. First, aim to stretch daily, or at the very least, 3 times a week. Second, you want to hold each stretch for about 15 to 60 seconds, and don't forget to breathe deeply. Finally, rule number 3, slow and steady wins the race. Never, ever bounce into a stretch. Jerking around can literally cause your muscles to snap tight and lead to injury. You just want to push far enough to feel a nice, mild pull, never pain. Take the hamstring stretch, for instance. To do this safely, you sit down, stretch one leg out straight, and keep your back perfectly flat. The trick to hitting the back of your thigh is leaning forward from the hips, not crunching over at the waist. Keep those toes pointing straight up to the ceiling, and the absolute second you feel that stretch, stop and hold it right there. Then we have the calf stretch, which is absolutely essential for prepping your lower legs. You just stand an arm's length away from a wall, step back 1 to 2 feet with one leg, and this is the crucial part. Keep that back heel completely flat on the floor. It gives us incredibly gentle, effective stretch to those calf muscles, getting them perfectly primed for whatever activity comes next. All right, section 4, at-home strength training. This is where we build the foundation. Remember that joint discomfort we were talking about? Well, as the experts say, exercising with resistance bands, free weights, and weight machines can strengthen the muscles surrounding your joints, leading to reduced joint pain. By building up that surrounding muscle, you're essentially installing a natural shock absorption system right into your body. How cool is that? Let's look at a couple of super simple moves you can do right in your living room. First up, the sit to stand. Grab a solid, armless chair that won't slide around. Sit on the edge, lean slightly forward, and stand up slowly using nothing but the power of your legs. Then, with total control, slowly sit back down. Guys, doing this just 5 times is an unbelievable way to build lower body strength. Now for the upper body, don't worry, we're not dropping to the floor for military push-ups. The wall press-up is your best friend here. Just stand an arm's length from a wall, keep your back totally straight, and slowly bend your arms, keeping your elbows tucked comfortably by your side. Close the gap between you and the wall, then push back slowly. It is so simple, perfectly safe, and highly effective for building chest and arm strength. So, pulling it all together, here is your fully accessible at-home strength routine. It hits all the major muscle groups to lock in and stabilize those joints. You've got 5 reps of sit-to-stands for your legs, 5 mini squats for the glutes, 3 sets of those wall press-ups we just talked about, and 3 sets of simple bicep curls. And hey, you don't even need dumbbells for the curls. Just grab from filled water bottles or soup cans. Doing these gentle exercises a couple of times a week is a surefire way to dramatically boost your mobility. And finally, we arrive at Section 5, the Couch to 5K plan. Let's get moving. If there's one thing I want you to take away about running, it's this. Too many people have been turned off of running simply by trying to start off too fast. That is literally the #1 reason people quit. Your mission here is to ease into it using walking intervals. Ignore speed completely. Seriously, throw speed out the window. We aren't training for the Olympics. We're just transforming you from a couch enthusiast into someone who actually loves moving their body. The timeline for Couch to 5K is so unintimidating. Look at week 1. After a brisk 5-minute warm-up walk, you start by jogging for just 60 seconds. That's it. 1 minute of jogging followed by a minute and a half of walking to recover. You repeat that for 20 minutes and you're done. Week 2 bumps it to a 90-second jog, and week 3 adds a little more. It is incredibly manageable. You just do this routine 3 times a week, leaving plenty of days in between to rest, recover, and feel proud of yourself. Well, there you have it. We've hit the 150-minute guideline, totally busted that myth about joint pain, walked through a safe stretching routine, built a solid foundation with home strength training, and mapped out a zero-pressure cardio plan. Always check in with your doctor before jumping into a new regimen, of course, but with this blueprint in your back pocket, what's your next move? The absolute hardest rep is always the very first one. So I'll leave you with this. What is the smallest step you can take today? Even if it's literally just tying your sneakers to prove to yourself that your health is worth fighting for.